that will also be joining us. The Facebook limitation or ban or whatever, suspension, I don't think the effect of that has completely gone. Some are no, it hasn't. So many of you are never going to receive notification that Maiyegun is live. Some of you are going to receive it so late. It is deliberate if you are watching me on Facebook. But to my friends on YouTube, many of you are just waking up in America when this broadcast is streaming. However, if you are joining me live, share it before you settle down. Tell them.
Lórí Facebook.
Tell them.
Lórí YouTube.
Tell them. Thank you very much for joining me, Jerry. Sunday sermon on MaiyegunsDiary Politico is a segment that happens every Sunday where we say it as it is, and we call it a no holds bar session. If you don't have that emotional intelligence to weather this kind of conversation, I would advise you stay away, because this is where, or let me say, this is kind of the segment where whenever I get to a stage where I want to call them Oloribu, I want to call them Oloribruko, I want to call them Wiri, I want to call them this, any name, anything that comes to my mouth that time. This is the kind of the moment I don't hold anything back. And some people get kind of a little bit offended. You know, they're like, Maiyegun, you don't need that. You can still pass your message. I know I can pass my message without being, what they call them, vulgar. Nah, I would prefer to pass it just the way the maybe more direct. So you are welcome to the Sunday sermon, which also doubles as the Sunday, the Easter Sunday. And myself, your GO, the General Overseer of the Temple of Truth, is about to go fully into this. So if you have made up your mind to stick around and still listen, here we go. Yesterday, Tifnumbu foot soldiers, they decided to stage an impromptu rally, which ordinarily would have been the declaration for the Godfather if he wasn't rattled in January, based on the intel of those that are already going to rise up against him. And at the same time, his name was removed from the list of those to be considered. Tifnumbu jumped into the plane, rushed down to Abuja to go and see the deaf and dumb Bokwari, to remind him, Megida, Sonuku, Sonu Daiji, or wherever. I hope you didn't forget our arrangement in 2015, after you and me, not Tunde Bakari. That was your godfather, the kingmaker, who wants to be the king, but is rattled by those he thought he went into an alliance with, who have now turned around to have him for their own supper. He empty-handedly walked into Old Rock to go and dobale for Bokwari because Tifnumbu want to be president. Normally, somebody like Tifnumbu, as they have paraded him or presented him over the years, you would expect that the day of his own declaration, Lagos must shut down. Nah, Lagos won't shut down. It was done inside one room called As Old Rock. 3 months after that, those who were supposed to be his foot soldiers, as they claimed that he made people, he made men, he made wearies, he himself weary, and the rest of them like that, they started declaring against him. Like, they're going to run against him. He can't even run. He can't even walk for real, talk less of running. That was when the humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, whose only selling card, or let me say, whose only viable card of Tifnumbu becoming president is that Tifnumbu can spend money, sha. Young people, the foot soldiers, the vuvuzelas, since there is money, they gave them a lot of it. You know one thing, Oshibaju may have Redeemed Church, but for these streets, we spend the money. So that's what they did. They congregated in Lagos yesterday to show that the youth of Southwest, just same way they always use those kind of a generalization and manipulative free words like that, right? They said that the Southwest youth, Yoruba youth, endorsed Tifnumbu. That is not true. So what happened was that their foot soldiers who are willing to, they call it mobilization. Remember that for 22 years, Yoruba people have become poorer. In 22 years of democracy, 22 years of Tifnumbu and gang, PDP, APC mismanaging and robbing the people of Yoruba land. Now that's what they weaponize all the time. In time like this, it is a free market. So they went to town all over the Southwest states in Yoruba land. They were able to mobilize. Oh, the governor of Lagos State gave them Onikon in order to massage the ego of the Jaga weary, the Jaga bandits, the Jaga addicts. You know the rest. To massage his ego, young people said they are willing to give and hand their future over to Tifnumbu because he is the only one who is willing to spend like mad. And so far, so good. He has an history of spending so bad, so mad. They are willing to give up their future because they don't even have one. Although this may sound a little bit kind of harsh, it is meant to be harsh. Because in this world of today, with the damages done by these generotocrats, they call them, all these septuagenarians, old men, senile, demented men, weak old men and women who cling on to public office, not because they have anything to offer, but because they have nothing else to do outside the politics or political office. Tifnumbu has been living off the politics and the public life of Yoruba land for 22 years. And in that 22 years, or 23 years, by the way, in that 23 years, they have created nothing but poverty, underdevelopment, decayed infrastructure, decayed social system, education system in shambles, healthcare system in shambles, roads, and so on and so forth. The only viable thing, and they have promoted one thing in the last 22 years, the word empowerment. Empowerment every 4 years. They created a new circle of poor people in Yoruba land, and the number is growing. That is where they always have to go to recruit the foot soldiers. But it is sad. Young people have become hopeless in Nigeria. Yes, hopeless. Because if you listen to them and say, come, let's have a chat. How old are you? And maybe say, I'm 25. Oh, great. That means you probably have graduated or yes. What? Oh, yeah, I'm a graduate. And then married, working? No. What's next? Business and all that. You will see the hopelessness in the young people of Yoruba land. No real job, okada riding, conductor agbero, graduate working as casual laborers at different Indian factories, Chinese factories, being treated worse than humans and worse than what you can even imagine, by the way. And it is allowed. They will say, thank God that you get something doing. Some people no get job and they are in that Yoruba land. They are graduates of young people that should be productive. They are now those recruited as political agberos, vuvuzelas. And the most lucrative job in Yoruba land today is politics. Do you know that? So, courtesy of Tifnumbu and gang. Now, young people who have seen Tifnumbu, that maybe everything they believed or they were told before now, it's not even just Tifnumbu. I'm talking about all those rogues who call themselves progressives in Yoruba land. They have deceived you for so long that many of you don't even know when to put a break on it. We know why some won't, but for some of you who actually know better, why you can't put a break on it. For 23 years, ladies and gentlemen, they depleted Yoruba land. They stole and shared every goddamn thing in Yoruba land to themselves and their families. But they were able to sustain it based on the politics of Agberu, politics of stomach infrastructure, as they call it, politics of weaponizing poverty. That is the politics that serves them and the preview of so many things. And then widen the market, where they will always come back every now and then when they want to massage their ego. So Tifnumbu want to be president simply because he made some people rich. And through him and others, they made millions of Yorubas poor. They call them Mekunu. You are watching me right now. Maybe you are watching me from Nigeria. You probably have also been seeing yourselves as a Mekunu, a poor man. I'm a poor boy from a poor home. It is like a toga, a tag that you have to wear with pride and pity, because everywhere you go to, you are meant to be pitied. You are meant to be sympathized with. You are meant to be helped. You get what I mean? But you have seen it that way, but you don't understand how, why. Your parents lived like that too. If you check them, if you check their own parents, they possibly lived like that too. They are called Mekunu, the poor. And then the people who made you poor destroyed your economy, made you weaker, and then become beggarly in order to always be reliant and dependent on them. The same people now offer themselves as your Messiah by saying they are Ore Mekunu. And that is why the culture of people getting things for free without having to work for it is the culture that got nourished, promoted by the rogues that call themselves Yoruba political representatives. They make you feel like you deserve pity. You get what I mean? You are poor, Abby. I am a poor man too, you know. I grew up as a poor boy. And it is not the poverty of not having things only, right? But it is the mentality to see yourself that you are always limited until maybe if you manage to cross this so and so, maybe you can have it better. You see, this culture of destroying our self-esteem, increasing poverty, and making us more dependent on them, this culture is deliberate. It is called Almajiri culture. It is not popular in Yoruba land. People used to be so ashamed to be seen to be collecting food from politicians. People used to be so ashamed. They will reject it. Don't give me your food. Take your nonsense food away. I can vote for you without your food. Don't give me your money. Don't give me your, you know. But as your democracy continue to grow and grow and grow, Yoruba people continue to fall into poverty and poverty and poverty. And your children are also growing in poverty. Children in Yoruba land, listen to this. Oh, more than 10 million children in Yoruba land, they go to bed hungry, in empty stomach, because their parents couldn't feed them. And the number continued to grow and grow. So when you are growing in poverty and you look around, you have learned the culture of being given, like being handed something, you know, you need to help us now. Help us, give me something now. Help us now. Help the poor now. If you help the poor, God is going to bless you with a lot. You know what I mean? You just help the poor. So more people continue to fall into that poverty. And these politicians who are making you to fall into that poverty are offering themselves as your Messiah. And sadly, many of you are also promoting them as your Messiah. You need to see videos, you need to see the interviews, you need to see the conversation of people who are saying they are voting for Tinubu, they are supporting Tinubu because Tinubu is a friend of the poor. Do you understand? There are many people from northern Nigeria who are saying that they were voting for Buhari. They wanted Buhari because Buhari is a friend to the poor people. So they have no idea how Buhari and gang contributed into that poverty, how Buhari and gang pushed them into that poverty. They can't see that because all they will see is that they are hungry, they are starving, they are sick, and at the point of death, a bag of rice showed up, and there it is, with a picture of that politician who remembered them because they are starving. They have no idea that that politician has taken over the entire resources of their land, the resources that if they were judiciously and evenly, equally, shared, would never make you, even if you are poor like me, you will still not have to go and beg a politician for food. You are still never going to wait for the politician to pay your hospital bill. You are never going to need a politician to pay for your surgery. You are never going to need a politician to pay for your children's school fees. You are never going to need them because there is a system where your resources has been channeled and they will provide for you even if you lack. There are poor people all over the world, but there is a system. They have different systems to help people who run short of what they need to survive that day. Food, in so many parts of the world, hunger, food has now become a thing of the past. It's the last thing. The world is battling with homelessness. The world is battling with climate change. In Nigeria, you are battling with God knows what, because your problems that are created there, they are man-made problems. And you see the likes of Tifnumbu and gang, who are going to give you money, 20 million, 50 million. When your market get burnt, they give you 50 million until the next one. There is no system that will provide a proper what do you call it, fire services system, a proper medical system, that's medical healthcare system that will take care of those who get injured during fire incident and all that. But since they can just come around, nobody is going to ask, how come there are no good roads for the firefighters to get to this market? How come there are no police to cordon off the road and provide security and protect the scene? How come all those questions nobody is going to ask, because a politician walked in there and he gave them money. They say, that's the politician. Every other thing a story. Just give us money. They created that culture, and it is a culture of dependence, because they created the problems. Since they are offering themselves as messiahs, right? It will not make any sense to talk about the problem. Now, that is why when you are talking to an average Nigerian today, right? When you're talking about all of what is going on, they want to talk about the problems, right? They don't like you to mention the names of those who actually created the problems, right? So Tifnumbu and gang, who have created poverty in Yoruba land for 23 years. Of course, I know Nigeria did not start from 2015. Of course, I know that. Nigeria did not start from 1999. Of course, I know that. Yeah, Nigeria started from when? God knows, wherever you want to say it started from, when it eventually started, right? But there's something that's so significant about 1999. It was the first chance for a long time for the Yoruba people, who have always been so vocal. Yeah. Nigeria is this. Nigeria must be restructured. Nigeria the military must go. The Yoruba people, we didn't sign up for this. Blah, 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 black sheep. So in 1999, for the first time in a long time, Yorubas were in charge of our own affairs. And that is significant. So from 1999, that Yorubas have been in charge of our own affair, it is a foolish thing to say that you cannot blame anybody in Yoruba land for what Yoruba land has become, what our people have become, the denial that all of you are living, the poverty, joblessness that you are enduring, the economic hardship that you are enduring for 22 years, 23 years. Yorubas have been in charge of Yoruba land, to the point that they have been writing budgets, they have been executing budgets, they have been borrowing money in the name of Yoruba people. They have been doing everything in the name of the Yoruba people in the last 23 years. And that 23 years has created nothing but poverty. So those who actually made that happen, one of them is Tifnumbu, who is now trying to replicate. They have replicated the Alimajirism in Yoruba land. Before I left Nigeria, you would walk into a park going on a trip, and the next thing, a young man can walk to you, dressed nice, he is jobless, but he is going to come to you and tell you how he came to see somebody in Lagos and he had no money he didn't meet them, he met their absence, and therefore he will need some money to go back to Ado Ekiti, where he came from. And usually if you have some spare, you give it to them, and then they will dress nice, corporate beggar, we call them. There is no corporate beggar anymore. Everyone has turned to both executive, corporate, shallow, whatever beggar, including blackmailing beggars. That is what they have created in Yoruba land. People have turned to dogs eat dogs. Poverty now walk and dress like human being and walk the street of Yoruba land, and everybody is just there. When it is time to actually say it out, they say, you can't blame them. Of course you blame them. Tifnumbu collected the tax in Lagos, which makes times 10 of what the entire Yoruba state makes in a month. Listen to this. The money that Lagos State generates in a month, right? And then if you compare, if you add all the money all the other Yoruba states are generating, internally generated revenue, if you add all of their money together and you multiply the money they generate by, by 10 times, Lagos State money, will still dwarf it. That is how much that if Numbuad is holding the progress of Yoruba land. Lagos State is like its own little fiefdom. Lagos State is like its own little conquered territory, including the people, the dweller in Lagos, right? Lagos State is not the glory of Yoruba land. Lagos State could have been the glory of Yoruba land. The people who were shouting restructuring, new constitution, federalism, this and that, in 1999, they are now shouting one Nigeria in 2022 because they want to chop big from one Nigeria at the expense of the people they have already savaged for so long, and they are not ready to let go. Think about that. They are no longer talking about a new constitution that will give us a regionalism. They are no longer talking about a new constitution that will guarantee true federalism. They are no longer talking about all this. They were telling us that he said he was going to continue from where Bukwari stopped. Amazing. Which means it's going to continue to be from fire to the furnace now. Before it was from frying pan to fire. Now it's going to be from fire to the real furnace. So young people want, because of money. You see that money that we are talking about, it doesn't really go, the Tifnumbu's money. Tifnumbu's money doesn't go to those sufayos. You know those they call sufayos. The sufayos are those they give 1,000, 2,000 to. Okay? They mobilize them. They will tell them, do you want to go to Ashiwaju rally in Lagos? Say, now free ride though. Free ride. And, if you follow us, there's food, there's drink. And they are also going to give us money when we go back to Ibadan or when we go back to wherever we are coming from. So you see, those who are mobilizing them, they are the real G. They are the guys who make the real money. Okay? Because they are those that they will give the bulk of the money to. They are now those who are going to recruit they call them coordinators. They have names for them and title. And people love title a lot. For 7 years, this bunch of Omoale Dedes, because Omoale ni wọ́n, nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ, ohun tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ, òṣòwò ni ò jẹ́ ọgbọ́n. Omoale ni wọ́n, oníjẹkújẹ alájẹbánu, àwọn wèrè alápá má ṣiṣẹ́, season wọn la wà yìí. So they will start creating groups for you to know that this is their season. And you see that your brother that you have been talking to about Yoruba nation for so long, who has been pretending to be with you, that your brother is looking for groups. He's asking them everywhere, all over social media. They are looking for Tifnumbu's groups. They are looking for WhatsApp group. Because now there they do recruitment. They are always getting coordinator. You see that your brother where they shout Yoruba nation on Facebook few months ago, in fact, few weeks ago, watch out for him. Many of them are already opening fake Facebook account, Twitter account, different accounts to work for Tifnumbu. It's not because they want to vote or anything. Now the money is out. So this is how it works. That rally they did in Lagos yesterday must have cost Lagos more than 200 million. Okay. People that will process the money from Sanwo-Iku for the mobilization for the rally for Tifnumbu, right? They will raise a memo, because I kind of have a clue about how they do it, because I participated in some of the activities of my local government, Bolu local government, before I left Nigeria. Yeah. So they always raise a memo. So they will raise a memo. In that memo, right? They will say, they will say, no, let me put it this way. A group they want to give the job to will write a letter and say, we need your support because we are organizing a 1 million Yoruba youth in Yoruba land for the presidency of Ashiwaju. So once you send that your letter, somebody like a commissioner, somebody within them, then will pick it up. They will raise a memo. They will say, okay, give them 200 million. So they will pass the memo to another department, which before it eventually gets to the governor. By the time the memo gets to the governor, it may probably have increased to maybe 300 million. Or let me put it this way, they will start from maybe 500 million. Then we'll start cutting it down. That's what they do. They'll cut it down. So they'll cut it down to somewhere around 200 million. That rally you watch in Lagos. So I'm just being generous here. Just being kind of economical here. Because it's a free money. Everybody is collecting their share as we speak. So as the money is released, before the money is released, from top back to the bottom until it get back to those who are organizing. So when by the time the money gets to those who are organizing, they will likely get somewhere around 200 million. Put it that way. Now, they are now those who are now going to recruit, they call them state coordinators. They can even make you regional coordinator. They will make you local government coordinator because it is easier. It's their party. Now, by the time the money gets to the hand of the local government or ward coordinator, the last one that may get to that one may not be more than maybe 200,000 naira. So they are now those who are now going to share 500 naira to those who are willing to go. And since hunger, they wire people everywhere. Every small thing on social media, people are begging for money. People are no be joko. So then on social media, since they are already signed up on their WhatsApp group here and there, 500 naira just to go to Lagos, just to be at the stadium. They will give us food, drink. Mama will go, Jerry. But to make it even more lively, they can bring your favorite artist too. So last, they call it mobilization. They are not APC member. The same people, the same pattern. Tomorrow, if fake Pastor Ruga says he want to declare in Lagos, you will see thousands of heads. You will see sea of heads. And you'll be wondering, are they his supporters? No. It is about Kudi. And it is the same thing as well during election too. But that one is like a different pattern. Kind of different. Because it is pretty much like if they give you money this time around, you have to vote and you have to thumbprint just to validate it so that they can rig the rest of those who didn't come to vote and all that. So they took themselves to Lagos. They are not Yoruba youth. They are APC youth mobilized with their money to come and massage the ego of the Lagos landlord, Tifnumbu. But there is something that happened at that rally. Shebi, you heard that everywhere Tifnumbu had been to is always saying that Bokwari is doing well. Bokwari has done well. On the economy, they have done well. On security, they have done well. Blah, 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 blah. It be like said the event of the last few days and few weeks. Don't they make Tifnumbu? They come out small, say, oh boy, if this thing won't scatter, make it scatter. I don't feel the... Because yesterday, Tifnumbu was telling the youth that when they did not give you electricity, how can they call you lazy youth? Okay, it don't happen. It don't come. He also said, among other things, I have the clip. I'll share that with you. It took a little bit of jive at the bandits. And he said, it will make Nigeria bandit free. So, last, the whole thing they have been like, I told you that many of them who have been praising Bokuwari, singing his praise and all that today, they are doing so because Bokuwari has their blocos, their Orokon. Bokuwari is holding their scroll, what's it called that? What's it called that thing again? No. Shena scrotus, I've been blocos. It doesn't even matter. You shall know as I do my hand there. So Bukwari is holding that. If anybody see anything, if they squeeze and they go, you go, yeah, now Nakuje prison straight. That's why everybody's just singing his praise. Buhari is the best thing. If not because of Buhari, Nigeria would have been like this. Nigeria would have been worse. And they know that Nigeria is worse. So they know. But it becomes like saying now that if Numbu knows that he's not going to be president, he's not going to be president. Very soon, maybe all of them are going to SDP. Are you with me? He's now talking about people will not give you, people will not give you electricity. No electricity, no job, no security, no nothing. And they are calling you lazy youths. You now go, yeah, people who said we were trying to cause wahala for telling you the truth, and you pretending that you don't even know the truth. Now, when you see that truth, you are still coming back to accept it. And when you accept it, now then you go feel free. Man, you need to enjoy, you need to experience what it feels like to be free of all these lies that many of you tell yourselves, even in the face of the truth. Tifnumbu is talking. But before I get to Tifnumbu, I want to show you the movers and shakers. I don't know if many of you have seen this video. This is how it all started, though. When they say swagger. When they say Tifnumbu, no shaking. Now, what they mean be this? Up close.
Unnegotiable. Come wash your hands. Wash your hands next time. Wash your hands because of non-negotiable. Wash your hands clean.
You get that? So that is up close. That is the local politics there. That is Tifnumbu's politics. Okay. So anything else they tell you on social media, all those, no. You see, that is why they said voters are not on Twitter. PVC, Twitter. There's no polling unit on Twitter. There's no polling unit on Facebook. Of course, it's true. But those they are manipulating and getting to vote for them. If you check up close, that is exactly how they conduct what they call their mobilization, empowerment, as well as empower. They call it empowerment. They will give them Okada, they will give them Keke Marua, they will give them cars for those ones who have actually like here. But that is their politics. They give them money, share money, 1,000 naira. Oh yeah, Tinubu for president. But this time around, now think about that in a bigger way, big number. All right? Something like this. Those are the youth, though. I have more. Take a look at this. So you can get people filled up the stadium for you. It depends on the money you want. You have. Do you get that now? But if Numbu said a few words I want you to listen to them. They are always like going to be, but I want you to pick them up. For president. And your favorite artist. I'm going to share that of Tifnumbu. It's the one I want to share last, okay? You remember your favorite artist? Everybody get paid, and they will tell you we are doing it for the country. Young people.
Oh God! I hear them at Isha. Oh. And if I will never change that, it's going to launch a march. I know I don't. See, my friends, I don't go. I my people are here, I told you. Yes, we are here to announce, to proclaim. Nigeria, you say that. Nigeria, you say that. I will not okay. Iye náà kí Nàìjíríà ò dáa, ìlú yóò ti ọ̀dà àti bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Iye yes tó mú ìkẹ́ ẹ̀ lò láyé ẹ̀kọ́ fi pàtẹ́wọ́ tí wọ́n bá lọ pé aṣíwájú ọmọ ìkẹ́ lómi àkọ́ pàtẹ́wọ́ rẹ̀ kan. Aṣíwájú! Àtẹ́wọ́ tó máa lọ. Kí ló dé? Ó ti pàtẹ́wọ́ ń tẹ̀ kí ló dé? Pàtẹ́wọ́ yẹn máa dá sílẹ̀.
They don't even know what to say because I mean, tí bá sọ pé aṣíwájú ẹ sọ pé ògo. The other one is talking blah 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 blah. They have no clue of what to say. It is a political gathering. There should be something that will actually make you. But no. It's to it is to massage the ego of the guy to say, how are you two are laying baba? Surulere Stadium la fẹ́ lò gangan National Stadium, but wọ́n ní pé wọ́n ọ̀gbà aláyè ni ẹ bá fẹ́ èèyàn 10 million a lè kó wọn wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́. We've been there, we've done that. But they are saying ṣé mo pé Nàìjíríà ò dáa Tifnumbu o at Tifnumbu's rally o they are saying ẹ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò tiẹ̀ dáa mo pé gbogbo yín tẹ̀wá bí know that Nigeria ò dáa, Nigeria is bad. They are saying that at Tifnumbu's rally. My brothers and sisters, it's about to go down. And now for here we go there, we watch the movie. Listen to Tifnumbu himself.
Without electricity, people die. And if we cannot be successful, yes, we cannot do so. But we cannot give us the rapid electricity that is undependable. And then we must be realistic. So, Nigeria is about fire. We have enough gas to fire up our electricity. We can supply the rest of Europe with gas, and we can make money long time from it. You know it. Now, I don't want to revert. God bless my leader. Ask the government, ask the other youth, ask the legislation. Today, Lagos is one of the cleanest, one of the most progressive states. Yeah, you can clap for that. We, as the foundation builders of Lagos and still building, some of you will not have been able to sit for WAEC. If not for the payment of WAEC fee by our government, you might have beneficiary. Stand for that. Will you vote? Yes. Will you vote?
Nǹkan ti ṣe wá. Nǹkan ti ṣe wá. I don't even know where to start from, because I was like, the failure of the WAEC, those they said they paid their WAEC, are the ones shouting, for those who have been to their political rallies before, you know the kind of people who stay in the front. They are the product of the system. The system have failed, and they are actually the power, the muscle that makes all these Tifnumbus and gang, they are political wherever they are today. I want more power. My leader have spoken. I love my leader. We really want Pombe, and they are the product of the system. Tifnumbu is saying, if I didn't pay your WAEC fee, some of you will never pay WAEC fee. God damn it. What about education? What about healthcare? In Yoruba land, this issue of electricity, before the emergence of Boko Haram, let me say before they merged themselves with Boko Haram, they had all the solutions to these electricity problems, and they knew then that one of the reasons why Nigeria will never have any stable electricity ever is because the electricity generated in Nigeria are mostly from where? They are mostly from the southern part of Nigeria. The Kainji Dam that used to be the main source of power supply, everything is supplying the north. The power generated from southern Nigeria is rationed, majority sent to the north. And the waste of transferring generated electricity from one part of the country, transferring to another one, the waste alone can power the entire Oyo state, including Ibadan, 24 hours a day, 24 hours electricity, 24/7 electricity, 365 days a year. But Nigeria is built on waste. Okay? The south is meant to serve the north. By all means. So they said the problem to the perennial electricity in Nigeria, perennial electricity problem in Nigeria, was to break the chain of the federal government of Nigeria controlling electricity. They said it. They said, let every state generate their own electricity. And then, if they have excess, they can sell to others. 7 years down the line, Fashola, the Saleiko Barack Obama, the one that told you that the reason why you don't have electricity is because it's because of the Bantueyos are in charge of your electricity. Tifnumbu is using electricity to talk to the young people in Lagos State in 2022. We have gas that can give us electricity. The same thing they told you in 1999, in 2003, 2007, 2011, 2014, and 2019. Tifnumbu and gang, they are saying the same thing again. Oh, restructuring, true federalism, state police, electricity, WAEC. I will pay for your WAEC. I care for your future. Remember, I paid your WAEC fee. God damn it. Oh yeah, clap for that, clap for that. And people say, hey, clap, 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 clap. Now the guy where they do that kind of interpretation for the deaf and dumb, and that guy, they wonder what did the guy even mean when he was doing all of that. I think he says everybody shout. I don't know. So they paid those who, those who can make that happen. They've done the show off, but that is not the real game. The real game, ladies and gentlemen, in the next few days, make our kuku put them this way. Today is 17th. Tomorrow is 18th. And tomorrow is Monday. Friday is 22nd. That's a week. Now put it this way. In the next 3-4 weeks, put it like in the next 3 weeks. What does that mean? Tifnumbu already seen it, and what they are trying to do now is that they should see if they can force the hand of Bokwari, which is just a dream, to still honor the promise he made to Tifnumbu. The promise that nobody knew about. Nobody heard about the promise. It's only Tifnumbu and his camp that continue to say Bokwari promised him. Bokwari promised him. There is not going to be any primaries. Okay? There's not going to be any primaries. In the next 1 week or two, the Bokwari's candidate, Gong, will declare. And he will declare in Abuja. Just for you to know that the end has come, and if you are going to go to your SDP, or if you're going to go to NRC, or wherever you're going to go next, or if you are going to be crying around the whole town like a gbiri, I will do it. I will do. You see, by the time the whole thing come to pass, I'll put it. I'll say, okay, yeah, Ekun Egbiri is about to start. So we told them, it will be the headline. Wherever you want to go to, you're going to find out in the next 2-3 weeks. Yes, you're going to find out in the next 2-3 weeks. Same thing with PDP too. Those of you who are supposed to use your campaign, everything you have for Peter Obi, to use it to campaign for Peter Obi, JJ, you decided to drag IPOB into it, blackmail them, call them this and that, even when you have no singular evidence against them, right? Okorocha came out and he said, those unknown gunmen in Imo State, they are known. They are not unknown. Everybody knows them. Hopelessness Odijo brought them to Imo State. And Hopelessness Odijo is ready to blackmail every of his political enemy as the sponsor of killer squad in Imo State and in Igbo land. Okorocha told you, but all of you who are agreeing with because of your PDP political wherever in the eastern Nigeria, all of you ignored that. IPOB is easy target. Another way they came out, he said he's General Oji Abina Clifford Oji. You remember that lunatic that was in the military uniform, wearing red berets, and some other guys with guns and all that, bragging, and said he came out and he said he gave you, and he gave himself a name. He didn't say indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. He said they are Biafra National Guard. He didn't say they are ESN. I mean, these are free names that everybody knows about. But all of you who are believing them, who are believing all these rogues and their media, you ignored that. This group came out. They did a video in the bush, in the forest. They said they are holding guns, they are dancing around. They said they are Biafra National Guard. And that they gave the politicians in Biafra land, they gave them 2 weeks to release all of their arrested members, or else they will start killing politicians. They also said, the guy also said, no election in Igbo land, no election in Biafra land. They said things that you have already eavesdropped from the conversation of the IPOB members. But when IPOB members were making those statements, they were not threatening you. They were not holding guns and recording themselves. That if you don't listen to us, if you don't sit at home, we will kill you. They were not doing all of that. But many of you, which I believe that it is called selective amnesia. Many of you are not different from those criminal leaders you have already anyway, because you never want anything, you never want any facts. You prefer the fiction. It sells better. IPOB this, IPOB that. So now you want to sell Peter Obi. You ignored all of these instances. You ignore all of these facts. And you are jumping up and down and accusing IPOB of committing crimes that you can't even prove, all because you want to sell Peter Obi. I am advising you, in 2-3 weeks' time, if you think demonizing, gaslighting, or profiling the IPOB that you know, and you ignore the obvious criminals who are perpetrating these crimes and their sponsor, because they don't sell. Many of you don't want to do anything or invest in any investigation at all. At all. IPOB, it must be them. Who else now? Or because you want to sell Peter Obi. Don't worry. In another 2-3 weeks, you will know your fate, because your party, PDP, they will need to choose somebody. Okay? And if they don't choose your Peter Obi, PD, all of you PDP boys, oh, I'm talking to you. If they don't choose your Peter Obi, China, that's what APC, that's what they call Peter Obi. They say Obi China. Every small thing, Obi will say China. Look at China. They hated him a lot, right? But they call him Obi China. So all of you PDP, there are people who will be say ordinarily, they not be PDP, but they like your Peter Obi. I have seen them out there. They not be PDP, they not be party anything. They say they like Peter Obi. Now you PDP scavengers, you PDP bottle suckers, thumb lickers, you PDP what do you call crump chasers and ass lickers too. Just like the Tifnumbu boys, the Lagos Abobakus, everybody is their enemy. When you mention Yoruba nation, shut up, what's Yoruba nation? Nonsense. They are not interested. The insecurity in Yoruba land, the poverty in Yoruba land, the underdevelopment and the corruption in Yoruba land, they don't matter to them. My friend, just shut up. My friend, nonsense. When it is time to go have Yoruba nation, our leaders will decide. For now, don't forget that nonsense, because they are not interested. So they are not different. That is why some of them are using Tifnumbu to blackmail everyone that opposes their shenanigans. So I'm watching you, PDP scavengers. Sell your Peter Obi. Sell him. Just sell him. We know that the reason why you are targeting the IPOB more, obviously, you have some people who are actually like giving you some little kind of feeling that, yeah, it's IPOB. Look at all this IPOB here and there, because of all this crazy stuffs going on social media. Some of them I choose never to talk about, by the way. We all know what is going on. So all you PDP boys, using this loose mouth on social media, people who believe that they could talk and make threats and all of that behind their camera, behind their phones and all of that, you PDP boys now turn them to be the representatives of IPOB, when you know, obviously, those behind all the killings in eastern Nigeria. I am saying this, every time there is an election, PDP only feel threatened that their only base, reliable base, the eastern Nigeria, IPOB has threatened it. So again, same thing with the Tifnumbu, Aslikas and Crombe chasers, the Lagos Abobakus. To them, anyone asking for a new constitution from Nigeria now is enemy of Tifnumbu. Therefore, that person is enemy of Yoruba land. To an average Tifnumbu Aslikao. I know them very well, and they are watching me right now, by the way. So if you talk about insecurity in Yoruba land, you're obviously going to be saying APC has failed. And if you say that as a Yoruba man, you are an enemy of Yoruba land, because you are trying to stop the the advantage of Tifnumbu becoming president for saying that. Yes, people are dying. Is it today that people are dying? People are being kidnapped, and so must you say it? Are you not a Yoruba man? Can't you keep your mouth shut? If you say that now, Tinubu will not be president. Buhari will be angry. Buhari will not trust him again. Lie. Can't you all shut up? Ashiri ajelu ki ibo nibe o. Thank you so much for joining me. And as you are joining the broadcast, right, share the broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends or your frenemies. Let them know that Maiyegun today. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun share the broadcast. Thank you, thank you. Share the broadcasts, invite your friends, invite your frenemies, and let them join us in this art-to-art talk. Nigeria is unreal, and the killings in Nigeria is unbelievable. The reaction of the people to every killing committed in Nigeria is different. But above it all, life is meaningless. Or should we say, life is worthless? Or should we be generous enough and say, life has become worthless in Nigeria by all definition? So when they tell you that Nigeria is unreal, believe them. Another thing that when you hear this anywhere, that Nigeria is a crime scene, again, believe them. But we help you to understand this in different contexts tonight. There has been ongoing, endless killings going on in eastern Nigeria. And it is being reported the other way in order to continue to calm the nerve of the rest of the country to the carnage and the crime that Nigeria is committing in eastern Nigeria. The same crime that the Nigerian government is committing in northern part of Nigeria and the middle belt part of Nigeria. It's been bloodbath everywhere. And this bloodbath started the moment Hopeless Uzodinjo was forced on the people of Imo, the Imo State people. Because most of what people suffers from in the case of Nigeria is that people suffers from Stockholm syndrome. There are so many terrible stories every day from every part of that Nigeria that people have now become kind of indifferent anymore. They have become so indifferent, right? Killings, and now people got killed, kidnappings, and all those no longer really move people. What they do most of the time is to justify it, as they are also victims waiting to happen. Nigeria is a crime scene, and criminals are in charge of government of Nigeria. They've taken over every institution, and they have decided to force this level of bloodbath on every indigenous person in that country. And you need to understand this, because you are an indigenous person from Nigeria. Even if you are still carrying that passport, you are still carrying that flag, or you are still doing whatever you are doing in the name of Nigeria, You came from somewhere before Nigeria happened. And as an indigenous person, having criminals in charge of your government, in charge of your country, now gave them the chance to redesign and redirect your supposed law. Now that puts them, wait for this, they wrote your law, redirect it to what they wanted it to be, pretty much like a jihadist Taliban country. Now that law is now beneath them. They are above it. Now, having that grace in what Nigeria is, they can then tell you what is a crime, what is not a crime, who is a criminal, and who is not a criminal. What kind of crime carries what punishment according to their, according to their own discretion. Now, that is the situation that Nigeria found herself. In eastern Nigeria, there is a state-sponsored agenda to destroy and further destabilize the region in order to further weaken the region economically, infrastructurally, and indeed decimate their youth, decimate their young people, and justify it, because this is what they do. If people commit crime, they are meant to be arrested for it. Yeah? But in Nigeria, in eastern Nigeria, if you walk about and claim to be a member of indigenous people of Biafra, you are automatically considered dangerous or a possible, kind of a danger to their agenda. Meanwhile, as a country, you would expect that a government will manage to bring everybody together and not divide them. But they have different agenda for different regions, and the one for eastern Nigeria is the bloodiest. And I'll break it down for you. It is the job of the government to provide security. That is the number one job of any government anywhere. When Boko Haram's government came in, Nigeria was battling with the Boko Haram in northeast of Nigeria, which is Borno and two other states around there. When these guys came in, the terrorists and then the terrorism expanded beyond northeast of Nigeria. Nigeria have 6 geopolitical zones. Nigeria have the northeast, the northwest, the north central, the southeast, the southwest, and what they call the south-south. 6 geopolitical zones. That is what they did to divide the people according to their plan, right? Now, when these guys came in 2015, it was only the northeast that was having Boko Haram terrorism, serious one. Now, when they came in 7 years down the line, the terrorism has now expanded beyond northeast. It has now expanded to northwest, north central, southeast, southwest, south, and the failure of government to provide security for the people of Nigeria, and I mean the indigenous people of Nigeria, their failure has now led to the indigenous people of Nigeria, starting with the people of Middle Belt, who have paid extremely sad prices, so to say, bloody prices, when these Fulani terrorists invaded Nigeria. And that started from when these criminals took charge. So in their book, this is where some of you who don't understand the danger of justifying the carnage, the massacre, or should we say the genocide that is being committed, in southeast of Nigeria, in Igbo land. Those of you who are denying or living in denial of that, maybe this will help you. The government failed to provide security. Therefore, people started resorting into self-defense. Now, that same government criminalize self-defense. You can't say you want to defend yourself. So the same government disarmed its own citizens, while armed Fulani terrorists are walking about with AK-47. I'm talking about machine gun, AK-47 guns. The government now came out, that same government too, they now put a plan there and they said, those who have committed killings, kidnappings, terrorism, act of terrorism, yeah, once they are ready, they can come out and get rehabilitation. There is none of their law that punishes terrorism, especially if it's being committed by the Fulani terrorist. So it became complicated that the same government that failed to provide security decided to change the law or smuggle something into the law, into their own constitution. What was that? To placate terrorists that are killing Nigerians, that are kidnapping them, that are selling their women, their children into slavery in this 21st century. Yeah? There is no plan to punish them or jail them or nothing. The government then said, in order to have peace, the people of southern Nigeria, starting from the middle belt, they must be willing and ready to give up their lands. So people rejected that, and the killings escalated. Now, this is the killings that those who are committing the crime of killing, kidnappings, right, who are making hundreds of billions of naira every month, money from ransom paid by Nigerians that their government failed to protect. Buhari government, APC government, they decided to change the law so that they can resettle the armed terrorists in other parts of Nigeria. Now, this was a plot that was meant to be easy. There were governors who have agreed, governors who were elected to be in office for 4 years. They decided to give up their own, to give up lands in their own different states, because Buhari government was offering them $150 million. Every governor that agrees that they can resettle Fulani terrorists in their own states, in any local government, that governor will be paid $150 million. Now, this is what triggered everybody in Nigeria. This is when the people started saying, what the hell is going on? This government failed to protect us, and the same government decided to disarm us by asking us to submit our guns and everything we have, or else you will be charged for terrorism for having a shakabula in your house. Do you understand that now? So the same government is giving amnesty to terrorists who are committing these crimes. The same government is trying to change the law by passing a bill called waterway bill. Waterway bill that will give the control of all the waterways in Nigeria, including 10-kilometer land from the bank of every water in Nigeria, from the bank of the river, right? Every land from that bank, 10 kilometers down, will be owned by government of Nigeria. And then they can bring in these criminals and resettle them, gazette them, and create local government areas in those lands. I'm talking about this, this was the plan. Then people resisted. Among the first people who resisted are the Biafrans, the indigenous people of Biafra. They said, our people they are already coming under the attacks of these terrorists. They cannot fight back. If they try to fight back, the military will show up immediately. And now let me tell you how they operate, so that you understand how this thing now spread to eastern Nigeria. So it was easier. People were seeing other people in Benue. There were burial sites in Benue. Why were they killed? In southern Kaduna, thousands of people were slaughtered. I'm talking about hundreds of people being killed every week. Like it has become so like normal. They killed paramount ruler in southern Kaduna. I came here and I told people, I said, you see, all of these are to further weaken people who resisted the agenda of this criminal, backed by the government of Nigeria. We have given you all of the facts, all the evidence to show that this is where the position of the government of Nigeria is. Whatever they say they are doing, and the reason why the insecurity continue to escalate, it's not because people don't like Buhari. It's not because people don't like APC. It is because the government of Nigeria is behind the terrorism in Nigeria. And every point has showed us that. Right? So they described terrorism in northern Nigeria as our youth who just were misguided. Now, this insecurity that now spread to the eastern Nigeria put people on the edge. We will defend ourselves. We will defend our land. We will not give our land. We will not do this and that. And they considered that as an effrontery against their agenda. And what is that agenda? Agenda to resettle Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. How can you not see that? Now, this is coming to a close, right? And thousands of people, tens of thousands of people have been killed just because they want to resettle, rehabilitate terrorists. This is what triggered the reaction in eastern Nigeria. This is what made many Biafrans, many Igbos to now believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, Nnamdi Kanu told them about the danger that was coming. When he was talking about the Fulani terrorists invading us and all of that, many people said he was trying to create war. He was trying to create enmity. He was trying to create division. He was trying to do this and that. But, just 5 years down the line, the terrorism Nnamdi Kanu told you, told me, told everybody is happening before our eyes. But guess what? Because the government is behind it, they are doing everything possible to change the narrative. And you are not seeing it. But the Biafrans who saw it, who have now become victims of what Nnamdi Kanu told them 10 years ago. They said it was too harsh. It was preparing them to fight war again. Now the war is here. Our people are being killed. Our people are being kidnapped. Ransoms are being paid. People are selling their properties just to get their loved ones released by the terrorists. And whenever the terrorists are captured, they are released. They are pardoned. They are released because they've repented. That is the dilemma that puts all the people everywhere to believe that if Nigeria won't let us defend ourselves, why are we now part of that Nigeria then? Why should we continue to be part of it? Our people are being killed every now and then. Now, like I said, it is a different approach to different people. In southern Kaduna, despite the fact that Kaduna is the state that you can call the Pentagon or whatever of Nigeria, Pentagon of Nigeria, the defense of Nigeria, where you have all of the military base, all the security outfits in Nigeria, they have their base there. Yet, the terrorists continue to kill in southern Kaduna, and there has never been any response from them. To the point that the terrorists were so emboldened that they have attacked all of the security posts there, including the Defense Academy in southern Kaduna, but you will never see any terrorist standing trial for all the crimes. But in eastern Nigeria, standing up to defend yourselves became a crime when Boko Haram gang used the Supreme Courts to bring in a fraudster as governor. And that changed everything. That was the moment they opened the door for the endless killings of Biafrans. And guess what? In order to continue to confuse you, they said the killings are being done by unknown gunmen. And when you continue to say what is unknown, then they said it is being done by ESN, IPOB. Many of you believe that. Some of you are still finding it difficult to actually not believe that. But I'm saying it to you tonight. It is the job of the government to provide security. You know that. It is the job of the DSS, the other government agencies, to in fact detect crime before they even happen. But in Nigeria, the Nigerian security agents who are working to incite genocide in eastern Nigeria, they are all there just to know who and who is not supporting Buhari, who and who is not supporting, or let me say who and who is a friend of IPOB. And then which local government, which town, communities do you have strong believer in Biafra, right? So their intel is just to get intel on the people of Biafra, the Igbo people there, yeah, who constitutionally they are supposed to be protected by Nigeria. But because Nigeria and Nigerians have become vulnerable in the hands of all these terrorists, yeah, they decided to occupy eastern Nigeria. In order to make it work, they started with a political takeover for somebody who was ready to do their bidding. Hopelessness Odinjo. Immediately, Hopelessness Odinjo became their governor, the Supreme Court governor of Imo State. All hell let loose. Unknown gunmen came to life. And these unknown gunmen, who are mainly cultists, ardent criminals, are also political muscles for all these rogues. But what I didn't expect was for a governor of a state to become so cold-hearted to all this bloodletting that he sacrificed his own local government people as well, the people of Orlu. I was telling you something about agenda, an agenda that first pushed many Biafrans to become listeners to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they could see the danger right before them. And they also seen that Nigeria will never protect them. Many of them have lost their lives in the hands of this marauding terrorist. But because the media in Nigeria decided to underreport that or never report that, some of you probably never believe the carnage going on in that part. So Nnamdi Kanu told them they are going to come for you. So they listened to him. And when they came for him and they realized Nigeria was going to kill them if they defended them, if they defend themselves, right? That even grew their faith in the messages of Nnamdi Kanu, right? So what happened? They created their unknown gunmen. Okorocha came out. Okorocha said, the killings in eastern Nigeria is being done by Hopelessness Odinjo. Many of you ignored that. Well, when the Biafrans said we have no land to give, no single land in Biafra land will be given to any Fulani terrorist resettlement, it will never happen. Hopelessness Odinjo granted the wish or request of February, and he collected $150 million. It is not a secret, Garbage Shehu confirmed it. He is not the only one who collected the money. Devulu Mayi also collected same $150 million for them to provide land in any local government area. I mean, I'm talking about thousands of acres of land that could form enough to form a local government area that can be taken here and there, and they can carve them out. So they are paid but they know that their people will resist. So, in Imo State, Opus Odijo, to show that he could prove to Buhari and gang his loyalty, they started the onslaught and the killings in Orlu. And this started early in 2021. A lot of people were killed. To justify this, and I'll tell you how they did that. Apart from the armed political gang that they know they control, that do all these killings, the military were also like sent down, right? They were supposed to what? Look for those who are actually committing crimes. For example, a member of IPOB, right? You will never see him with a gun. A member of IPOB, you will never see him with any dangerous weapon at all. You will see them with a flag, a mobile phone, selfie stick, and sometimes you see them with placard. Most of them will dress just in the color of Biafra. And they are so colorful to watch, interesting and amazing to see, right? So if the government wants to provide security, if there are people who are trying to now perpetuate criminality, killing people or robbing people or doing any crime, it is their job, because they know that an average IPOB member will never go out there and harm anyone. But if you now see people who are now using the name or the name of Biafra, should you not bring them to book? But the agenda is not to stop crime. The agenda is to weaponize it. The agenda is to escalate it. So, and it is a pocket of crime here, pocket of crime there, that we just justify why do you have military in eastern Nigeria and you don't have military in northern Nigeria, where they are doing daily killings, daily kidnappings, and all of this absurdity, terrorism at the highest scale, that the Nigeria name is now put on the map. But the point here is this: the attention is not to curb crime. They know the IPOB are not terrorists. They know that they cannot, they are not committing any crime. But they also know those that they arm themselves. Or have you ever heard that the Nigeria military or Nigeria police, they engaged in gun battle with unknown gunmen in any part of eastern Nigeria since the story of unknown gunmen started? I'm asking you a question now. I'm not saying you should. I'm asking you to leave everything they've told you. Okay? I am bringing piece by piece, and I want you to put all the pieces together with me so that you understand where I'm coming from, where if the intention of the government of Nigeria is to end criminality in any part of Nigeria, they will do it. Yes, they will do it. Okay? They have all it takes. They have the money, they have the resources, but they won't do it because they are behind it. The terrorism in northern Nigeria, the agenda is not for the terrorism in northern Nigeria to end. It is to be managed, controlled the way they are doing. Okay? It is not to end. The insecurity and the restlessness in eastern Nigeria, it is also deliberate. If not, and let me continue to put the pieces together, by the way. They wanted to justify militarizing eastern Nigeria. You all know that military are only brought in for internal security when the police have lost control. Do you know that the internal security of Nigeria has been lost for the past 10 years? It became worse the last 7 years. That is why mentally, psychologically, many of you have now become so used to seeing military brutalizing people because they will say they want to bring peace. But because your government is behind the insecurity, the politicians and their crew, they are behind the insecurity, it is better for them to continue to pop up pockets of insecurity here, insecurity there, to justify why they are continue to militarize eastern Nigeria. Then you ask yourself, how come since they have been militarizing Eastern Nigeria, how come the insecurity continue to escalate? Is because their intention is not to end insecurity there. Their intention is to hunt down anyone known as IPOB member. That is the job of the military. And you will never see them and say, the military versus unknown gunmen. Never. What you will read is that the unknown gunmen attacked military checkpoint. They attacked police checkpoints. Unknown gunmen, they stopped people on the road and they started collecting money from them. Unknown gunmen, they stopped people on the road and they collected their cars. They snatched their cars. So when their media come out, they will say, what is unknown gunmen? It is IPOB, Joe. But who do you think should tell you the truth? The government, the security. But they won't tell you that because they are behind it. Unknown gunmen versus military. And I've never heard out of that. I've never heard it. So it is their job to now fish out those who are now committing the crime. Do you understand that? Me, I have studied this issue of a sit-at-home in Eastern Nigeria. And I realized that it is kind of a collective agreement that they were going to sit at home. Now, if people choose to sit at home, that is their own way of civil disobedience, right? And they have the right for that. And people also have the right to go out if they say, I don't want to sit at home. Now, it is the job of the government to now say some people armed, because IPOB said they are not forcing anybody to sit at home. They've said that repeatedly, right? But you don't believe them because your government, who are those who are behind this armed, your politicians, who are those behind these armed criminals, they are never going to go out after them on the day that Biafran says they are sitting at home. Your security agents won't go after them. Your security agents will go into the streets where people choose to sit at home. And they will start shooting into the streets, shooting into the houses, going into homes and burning them down. And if they were never caught on camera, they will say, hey, unknown gunmen killed 2 people. There is no unknown gunmen, I'm telling you this. But guess those who are talking about unknown gunmen? The Nigerian security agents, the Nigeria government, the Nigeria politicians, the Nigeria DSS, those who are supposed to tell you who are those unknown gunmen. They said unknown gunmen to confuse you, and then in the long run, they know indirectly. You are going to think, that is IPOB, of course. Some of you are still struggling with that right now, but I don't blame you. They have done a lot of number on many, many of you. A lot of number, but they don't make any sense. It is their job to now say, oh, we know that some people have hijacked this. If they don't have anything to do with it, some people have hijacked this thing. We are going to do an intel, and we are going to arrest those ones who are committing crimes. But they are not interested in arresting those who are committing any crime. Because they themselves, they are there to escalate the crimes in order to justify the genocide going on in that part. I am using genocide, I'm using massacre, because in any situation, genocide is, massacre is defined as killing of more than 5 people. If anything happens and they kill more than 5, 10 people, that is a massacre. By the time you kill more than 20, 25 people, 30 people, 50 people, that is a genocide. In Eastern Nigeria, the Nigerian soldiers, the Nigerian military, the Nigerian government, the Buhari's government, the Hopelessness of the government, the Vulumayi, and all these governors in Eastern Nigeria, they have aided and abetted the mass killings of young and old in Eastern Nigeria. Most of the videos, you don't want to see them. And now, this is a crime that even if you don't like Biafra struggle, if you don't believe in it, which is your right, listen, me, I am somebody who believe, I consider myself as somebody who is a liberal, a very kind of considerate person who believe that if I believe in something, right, you have a right, I have a right to it. And then if you believe in something, you have a right to it, as long as you are not an extremist with it. Being extremist means that if other people don't believe in what you believe in, they deserve to be harmed, to be hurt. Now that is extreme. To the point that, oh, we need, if you don't believe in it, you will just die. You should just die. That is extreme. That is called extremism. That is something somebody like me will now say, oh, I am not against your ideology. But when your ideology says, if other people don't agree with you, they deserve to die, then that is going to be resisted. So that's somebody like me. So I believe that there are, you have your right to say, I don't believe in Biafra. And I've been telling people that, listen, you should learn to be somebody like myself too. Let people have the right to their choice. It is their right. But guess what? They may not be right with their own, with what they believe in. And they may actually be resistance to what you are telling them because they don't understand it. So you will earn people's respect when you begin to agree that people have the right not to agree with what you agree to. They have the right to disagree with what you agree with. They have the right to choose what they believe in for whatever reason they believe in it. And you have to respect that. And if you are persuasive enough, if you can convince people and tell them why this is good and this is not, at the end of the day, they will become your strong supporter, the strong believer. And even their own understanding of what you are doing could even go to the highest level than where you were planning to take it to. So you need to learn how to be tolerant. To be tolerant, you need to be able to tolerate people who disagree with you as well. So I am somebody like that. When people say, I don't believe in Yoruba nation, I say, why? It's because I don't, when you say why, that means you want to talk about it. They will tell you, I don't like what, fine. But you tell them one or two things that you feel like is the reason why you believe in Yoruba nation. Say it with pride, say it with boldness, say it with confidence. And again, always respect the fact that they don't have to agree with you. But you can always have a conversation around it. Okay? People can tell you, Biafrans themselves can tell you, I'm not a Biafran. You don't need to hate them for it. No. Sometimes just out of curiosity, ask them why. Why? They will tell you, they may tell you in anger, they may tell you things that you feel like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Don't say that. Engage them, talk to them, have a conversation, win them over. Because reason why many people said they don't like Biafra, reasons why many people said they don't agree to Yoruba nation, the reasons why many people said they don't believe in a breakup of Nigeria, are so passive. They are reasons that are completely dismissive. But many of you are not interested in hearing them out. And they know that you don't want to hear them out. Many of them are seeing you as extremists. He's a Biafran. I don't want to talk to you. They don't believe in anybody. If you tell them anything, they don't want to agree with you. I don't want to talk to you. And you self, you'll be like, I don't want to talk to you too. Your papa na sabo, your mama na this, your papa na this. Go and ask, who's your father? Your father is a fool. And you don't need all of that. You don't. You can't win people over like that. That's my own word, though. I know some of you don't believe that. You believe in like, Baba, no, we need to tell them. We need to, they don't listen. I mean, some of you are like that. But you also need to learn that people have rights to believe in what they believe in. And you can never know what they believe in. Or you can't dismiss it if you don't hear them out. They can't hear you if you are not ready to hear them. But above all, right? When people become targets of the system because of their belief, when the government of a country decided to choose what is a crime and what is not a crime, and which crime carries what punishment or what, including terrorism, then that is dangerous, because it simply means it's going to be turn by turn. Excuse me, Nigeria Limited. When they finish with the Middle Belters, they will come for the Biafrans. When they, you know what I mean? So you can disagree with them, but you should never justify state-sponsored killings as a punishment for them asking for referendum. They have criminalized it. To justify them criminalizing it, they have scaled up the insecurity in Eastern Nigeria. And many of you are not seeing the crime. What you are seeing is that they provoked it. Nnamdi Kanu caused it. IPOB have been making life a hell for us. They have been telling us to sit at home. And your government is now killing innocent people in their homes. To justify that, you are not seeing the crime. Nigeria is committing crime. Nigeria military is committing crime. Nigeria politicians, Igbo politicians are committing crime. Buhari is committing crime. Crime against humanity. Crimes are against humanity. Genocide is going on in Eastern Nigeria, just like genocide has been going on in Northern Nigeria, in Middle Belt of Nigeria, the only place that they are only killing us small, collecting ransom, and they haven't really unleashed the war completely, is in Yoruba land. We have seen, we have witnessed, we have tasted it too. But you see what they are doing in Eastern Nigeria? You should all be alarmed. Everybody should be alarmed. Whether you are from there, you are Hausa, you are Fulani, you are Yoruba, you are Ijo, Ibibio, wherever you come from, anywhere you come from, as an indigenous person in Nigeria, yeah, you can see how your government systematically committing genocide, and they are justifying it because they said they are looking for IPOB. I told you, if they are seeing those who commit crime, their job is not to kill them if they are not engaging in gun battle with them. I have never seen them engage in gun battle with unknown gunmen and say, this unknown gunmen in Orlu. Just like you have seen that the Boko Haram. Let me put it this way. In Nigeria of today, in northern Nigeria, Nigeria military, they are playing defense. They wait for the terrorists to ambush them. They wait for the terrorists to attack them. And then they say they fight back. They repel them. In Eastern Nigeria, the Nigeria military, they are attacking anything that moves. They are attacking anything that lives. They are burning down anything on their path. And they are destroying and ruining life and turning people to homeless. They are turning many people into homelessness in Eastern Nigeria as we speak. And guess what? They are justifying the genocide because they are looking for IPOB unknown gunmen. And they have never, ever encountered unknown gunmen anywhere. Ever. They go into communities. Let me show you this video. When they go into those communities, this happened in Orlu. Okay. Where's that first one? It is viewers' discretion is advised. I'm going to play it shortly and I'm going to stop it. Okay. And I'll show you other ones that I can share before we continue. This is what Hopelessness for Dijo. the Supreme Court governor of Imo State is doing to his own people. Shebi unknown gunmen are supposed to have guns, shooting and all of that. The Nigerian military, the Nigerian police, the Nigerian DSS, they have no intel on the unknown gunmen. They said they are IPOB members and they decided to go into people's homes. Listen, watch this.
Oh God. Oh God. Hey. Hey. What be out
So, as a mother, we just one of those people who got killed when the military bombarded their communities. I'm talking about communities that women, children live, aged people live, young people live. I'm talking about proper communities. Let me say something before. In fact, I'll show you this first before I continue. This also happened.
Hotel, popular Ukwake or inland guest house, have been raised down by Nigerian military forces. This morning, they have been shooting since morning, shooting and killing innocent people, bombing people's shop and properties. That's what we witnessed today. So we are not happy. How can government deploy his security agents to destroy people celebrating their Easter festival who are in a sad mood? This is what we experienced this morning. Since night, nobody have slept this area. They will be shooting sporadically. Nigerian military forces shooting every dance in the sea, burning people's shop and property. That's what we see now.
I mean, looking for criminals who are forcing people to sit at home. People are not forced to sit at home, they say. It is the government who want to force people out. They said they are sitting at home because of the continued illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was also illegally, extraordinarily renditioned from Kenya, illegally. So all these crimes committed, they said until it's released, they will continue to sit at home. Government said they should come out. Some people are coming out already. So if there are criminals who are attacking people, criminals who are, committing crimes against Biafrans, it is the job of the government who claim to care. At least they claim to care, Abi. They said they claim to care. They care for Nigeria. They care for Igbo people. Maybe they will now go after their intel. Security should tell them where are those criminals camping, because they are those controlling the criminals themselves. And to justify that they are looking for unknown gunmen, that all of you, those of you who are justifying this, blaming IPOB, sitting down and blaming them, to justify that they have to kill innocent people in their homes, burn their properties, burn their shops, burn everything. And that's what they do. So they killed a woman's son, and they killed over 20 people on Easter Sunday, Easter morning. Now, if you want to see how that look like, tell me. Now, like this, then they look for unknown gunmen. Now, like this, then they look for people who are forcing people to sit at home by going into people's homes on Sunday, Easter Sunday. This is what it looks like. Oh, before you saw that dead body, look at this. I know many of you have been following the terrorism and the insecurity situation in northern Nigeria. And so many of you are familiar with the story of internally displaced people, refugees in their own country. More than 15 million Nigerians have been displaced by the terrorists who invaded Nigeria, invited or brought in by this government. More than 15 million people living in refugee camps. And guess what? Millions others are also being sent to refugee camps by the Nigerian military and by the Nigerian government. In this case, the Yorubas from the southwest Nigeria. We have our people who are now refugees in Benin Republic, courtesy of the Fulani terrorists who came to invade them. Their stories never make it to the media in Nigeria. Their stories never make it to the headline in Nigeria. But the story of unknown gunmen this, unknown gunmen that is everywhere in their media to psychologically condition everyone in Nigeria in validating and justifying the genocide that they are committing in eastern Nigeria. There are people who are also becoming refugees in eastern Nigeria. Somebody said, to Fiakwa, there's no refugee in Yoruba land. God forbid. We know that Buhari is bad, but Maiyegun, you don't have to lie. There's no refugees in Yoruba land. Well, I have a video for you. This was a year ago. Right there from Yewa. Yewa local government area, Yewa South local government area is in Ogun State. And these people, tens of thousands of them, are now in Pobe, in Benin Republic for over a year now. Their story didn't make it to the media in Nigeria. So I'm just showing this to you. More people are becoming displaced, refugees in their own country, courtesy of this contraption.
Yeah. Due to that crisis, Fulani crisis that was occurred at our country. That's the reason why we migrated to this place. We are forcefully migrated to this place due to that.
By force.
By force. It's not by willingness.
Women. Oh, man or women. How much are us, man or women?
Only you.
Are dying here.
Both the women and men migrated from that area.
No.
And
How much?
people died.
But say how many people they kill there?
Okay.
Yeah.
There are few many people. But at our many people. Many people have lost their lives. People are still migrating because of that. Other areas.
What happened?
It's because of the Fulani crisis. Fulani, they are killing the people anyhow.
They are killing the people.
Anyhow. They will move from any village, from one village to another. They will migrate from one place to another. They just keep people. That's the reason why the people are scared. They move down to
So how could anybody think that talking about this, showing this to the whole world, screaming for help, that people need help, their government is now a terrorist government, and the people are trapped in this. It seems no way out. And they continue to make it look like it's impossible to end, because it is impossible to end as long as Nigeria remain one. This terrorism is going to live with Nigeria to the end of time. Some of you don't know that. This terrorism in Nigeria that is escalating and escalated, yeah, is going to live with Nigeria forever. They are just going to make you learn how to live with it. And is that your portion? Is that what you want? Now, rather than the military to go after terrorists, they go after innocent people in their homes. Let me show this again to you, what it looks like in Biafra land on Easter Day. Sorry, it's quite a very blurry, poor picture, but you will understand it when you see it in Imo State.
Kawo Hotel, popular Ukwake Island guest house, have been raised down by Nigerian military forces. This morning, they have been shooting since morning, shooting and killing innocent people, bombing people's shop and properties. That's what we witnessed today. So we are not happy. How can government deploy his security agents to destroy people celebrating their Easter festival?
How could government do this to us? So if they give you the narrative that, and one sad thing, I remember, one sad thing is this. Few days ago, there is this video that was, that made it to the social media where terrorists were shooting and in an execution style, they killed INEC staff that were registering people for their vote or their election or sharing voters card, and they recorded it and posted it on social media. And just like as expected, or somebody just started something, PDP vuvuzelas, PDP apologists, they bombarded everywhere. Look at this thing that IPOB just did. IPOB, you know what I mean? Until they realized that this was never done by the IPOB. It was never done by the ESN. And in fact, the criminals who have been perpetrating this crime, they have no relationship with IPOB at all. But guess what? They now turned around. They said, even if it's not IPOB that did it, it was IPOB that caused it. Is it not IPOB that is saying they want to break away? They want to break away. If IPOB is not, if Nnamdi Kanu is not asking for referendum, some people will not be killing people in the name of IPOB. That's how they changed it. Just to still make them justify the killings of their own fellow brothers and sisters. PDP boys and girls on social media, some of them in America, some of them in the UK, they started talking about how dangerous, how terrorist IPOB is and that. But guys, the video of the Nigerian military killing innocent people, innocent Igbos, your own brothers and sisters, even if you don't like Nnamdi Kanu, even if you don't. Now, if they are looking for killers, do you now justify burning their houses and all of that? Surprisingly, I didn't see all of them on social media again, blaming the Nigerian military for what they did. You know what? They are now saying it is because IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu, they have been bragging and this and that. That is why the killings of innocent people by the military happened. That they caused it, Joe. They have to deal with all of them. They call them, what they call them when they want to, they call them Umu Elohim. They think they are mocking them. PDP boys from Igbolando, because of Peter Obi and the PDP Sha. So they decide to throw their own brothers and sisters under the bus for the military to kill them and justify. So now that they are burning people's properties on Easter Day, I didn't see all these PDP to come out again. These PDP boys on social media come out again and say, why are you killing our people? This is not done by unknown gunmen. No, we've seen the video. We've seen this and that. Oh, nobody is talking. Nobody is talking. They are saying they deserve it. But do you want me to shock you? Make I shock you, my brothers and sisters. You see that scene that you saw in that video where military were shooting everything, burning everything, including a guest house where people were having Easter party. Do you know that if you are sitting in America, if you are sitting in London, sitting anywhere in Europe, or any safe place you are all over the world, as an Igbo man, an Igbo woman, and you justify this carnage going on, or you live in denial of it, or you, as many others find convenient, blame Nnamdi Kanu, blame IPOB for this whole thing. Do you know that you could find yourself, you could be in that house where you say you want to go and do Easter? Do you know that? And you could get caught up in that carnage. Now, from that moment, you as a returnee from America, who have been blaming IPOB, when you see the soldiers, the first impression you have is what? Oh, they are soldiers, no problem. People, hey, they are soldiers, Abi. And then they will shoot you and kill you. It can happen to you. If you have any reason that you are scared of going to Eastern Nigeria, please, ladies and gentlemen, they might have made you believe that the insecurity in Eastern Nigeria is because of IPOB. It is what they want you to believe in. Those who are killing people in Eastern Nigeria, I can give you some names. You can fill in the blanks of the rest. Start with Hopelessness or Dijo. After that, pick up Okorocha. And after that, cross down to Ebonyi and pick on Umahi. Pick on all the Igbo governors. And then you have those who are sponsoring the insecurity in Eastern Nigeria. Because they are actually the collaborators. They are the people who point at those who are stubborn. Which local government people stubborn? Nothing where you tell them. And since it is all political, you know, here is this. Military walk in and kill people. Burn down their properties, burn their shops, burn their businesses and the rest of that. Right? That is exactly fear you should have. They now have what they call Ebubeagu, Ebube lizard, or Ebube whatever. Ebubeagu was supposed to go after the criminals who are causing crime in Igbo land, including the Fulani terrorists who are encroaching on people's lands and killing them in Igbo land. We have seen reports, including in this 2022, in this April, they've attacked the Enugu Fulani terrorists. They've killed people there. So people are already grouping, coming together to fight back all this crime, all these criminals, I would rather say, all these criminals. But, those who are telling you to blame it on IPOB, there are so many of these guys. Ebubeagu no longer go after criminals. They are going after, say that one, say Chima na IPOB. I don't look for that Chima, Tete. Na Chima will go deal with this week. Ebubeagu will move from their base, load their guns, battle ready. They are going to Chima's house. If they get to Chima's house, if they don't meet Chima, they will start shooting everybody there, burning Chima's house. And they will say, it's because Chima is ESN. And you know Chima's crime, because Chima is IPOB. And what is IPOB? Indigenous people of Biafra. And you can say indigenous person of Biafra. That's what Chima is crime and only crime. He didn't kill, he didn't kidnap, he didn't force anyone, he didn't bully anyone, but because they know themselves. It's just like the OPC. You know, when we had the olden days of OPC in Yoruba land, when OPC gone rogue, and OPC became the killing tool in the hand of the powerful, what happened? They profile people. Once they say, you are enemy of this person and that person, they've reported you. So if the agenda is that if you kill any IPOB, government of Nigeria will even give you money to say, well done. It doesn't matter. Just kill anyone. So innocent people are being targeted. Many people have, because they are IPOB members. They are not even like ESN, not like vigilantes or ESN or protecting forest, but because they know the IPOB and the commander of Ebubeagu in their community is probably eyeing their wife or eyeing their property. All that Ebubeagu leader, Ebubeagu director need to do is to say, Chima, Chinedu, Uche is IPOB. And if they kill Uche in Igbo land today, it's justified. And it is a crime. That is what I want you to see. So they justify who they kill. And all they need to say is they are the people disturbing Eastern Nigeria. They will never give them the opportunity to defend themselves. There is no evidence against them that they committed any crime. But once they are killed, they've told you, IPOB is dangerous now. Yes, IPOB used to be peaceful. IPOB is still peaceful. They are keeping Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB members chose never to protest. They chose never to what do you call it, to sit out anywhere or disturb anybody. They said they want to sit at home. Okay? Then IPOB said they have lifted sit at home. Anybody who wants to sit at home every Monday is free to do that. You are not forced to do it. If you want to go and open your business, you should go out there and do it. They said some people are intimidating people from opening their businesses. It is then the job of the government to provide security for those people. Is that not their job? Why should they now be going into people's homes where people are there peacefully? They don't have gun, they don't have knife, they don't have anything. And they are attacked and killed in their homes. So think about that. And it can be you, it can be anyone. So rather than be scared of IPOB, you should be scared of the system that continued to escalate the crisis. The military in Eastern Nigeria, they are not there. Okay? They are not there to bring peace. They are not there to bring security. They are there to kill, to steal, to rape, to burn, to destroy, and just to wreck and destroy the Eastern Nigeria. And look at those politicians who don't see it like that. The politicians in Eastern Nigeria who felt like IPOB is a threat that could likely, overthrow them of their own privileges, right? That they pray every now and then that Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB people should never understand or realize the magnitude of the power they have. You know, when you have the people on your side, you have a lot, you have everything, right? So because of that, they unleash all this propaganda. They unleash all these killings. I have told you, I am not in support of violence. And I have said it. If any kind of criminality, if any kind of lawlessness lasted in any part of Nigeria for more than 48 hours, my brothers and sisters, do you still need anybody to tell you that the government is behind it? Now, look at this picture very well. Some people said, you know, when we talk about choice, okay, where people say, we want to do our things, we don't want to be disturbed, we don't want to be harassed, we don't want to be bullied, we don't want to be killed, we don't want to be taxed. Now, if you see anybody going about taxing people, collecting money from them forcefully, taking their properties, it is the job of the government to fish out those people. You don't kill them. You prosecute them. You jail them. That is what you should do. You don't go after innocent people to justify the crimes of those few if you are not those behind it. And that crime they are committing in justifying the crimes of those they are sponsoring is what I want you to see. It should be on record. Nigeria government, Nigeria is committing genocide. Nigeria is massacring our own people simply because they identified as indigenous people of Biafra. Now, if you don't like them, that should never justify the crime of genocide against them. Because you know what? When you justify that, you will be caught up in them. I mean, it one day. And when you are caught up in it, look at the whole suffering. Look, you can imagine the shock on your face. Imagine the military coming to your own community, burning your properties, forcing you to flee, run for your dear lives, killing your family members. And just like that, everything happens so fast. Tell me, if you survive, would you still believe in this one Nigeria? Of course not. And as it is, I picked this up earlier today. It was from Pastor or Reverend or Bishop Mbaka. A bad clock can be or will always be correct twice in a day. And in this case, twice is right.
Sai wenere chukwu aka enu. Ta Good Friday mbọsị nwere onwe. Isai anyị na-ekpe ekpere maka nwere onwe nke nwanne anyị Nnamdi. Over onwe tata. Sit at home and kusata. What are you kutere na uku battery namba? Mu aboyi is the double be kamba. Simon ba we piamia. Piamia se na ga piaba managota. Na kugu ka na kwaire mmechikwa onu zere ha na sit at home. I went home and meditated on that. It's painful. But it is now a responsibility upon us to pray out that our brother. So I went to Chukwa Kenu Nisia. Eba bono no ya marana umunne ya wenere ya kenu. Okwanso nuru dewa na banaso. Oye nuru dewa na banaso. Oye nuru dewa na banaso. Inuru dewa na banaso. It is not enough. It is not enough that we are complaining that the economy of the Igbo land is collapsing because of sit at home. Hello? You may not know the impact of this sit-at-home issue. It is so painful to any business person. Oh, Sunday Orlu, you want to hear Jolo called the Remana. Orina go talk, Haman Jola, go her salary. But for people who have businesses, so we have to lift our hands because the secret of that sit-at-home is the releasing of Nnamdi Kanu. If Nnamdi is free today, sit at home will stop today. So lift your hand. We pray for prisoners. And one of us is imprisoned. And because of his importance, even the government could not stop sit at home. Has said, go to work, go to work. Yet they are in their houses. And if they are about to move, they will use about 20 security vehicles around themselves. So we shall lift our hands to pray. For over 3 years now, this is the year Igbo people have farmed. Listen. For over 3 years now, this is the best year Igbo people had farmed. We are thanking our young men who helped to clear the farms from herdsmen disturbances.
Did you hear that? Yeah. Even when they tell you to hate them, even if they underreport their efforts, the idea behind Eastern Security Network that Nnamdi Kanu birthed was for the young people, young and old, in Igbo land to volunteer to become local vigilantes as the people who understand their own terrains, their communities, their farms, and all of that, to provide a sort of a cluster-like security system after the collapse of the Nigerian security system that brought about all of this whole problem in the first place. So the idea of ESN was for, it wasn't like they are going to bring fighters, go and bring, no. The idea of ESN was, if the police has failed, if the military failed, if the government failed and all of that, the people are willing to protect themselves if they receive the right support. So they were supposed to be cluster-like security formation. You know, young people in this community, they come together. Young people in that community, old people, they come together. And they form a kind of a, security bond force to clear all their farms of this encroaching Fulani terrorists. Because it's real. Your government and the politicians continue to try to say, talking about it is like trying to cause problem. No. There is already problems. That is the problem, right? They want you to believe that talking about it is going to cause problems, right? But what they are not telling you is that there is already problems that they are hiding from you. And whenever you found out, they give it a different narrative. But every time they try to hide them from you, people die. And we're talking about human beings, man. So that was what brought the idea of ESN. The idea of ESN was not to come and fight army, to come and fight police, to come and fight. No. This was supposed to be vigilant. And most of the time, most of the people in ESN, they were already vigilantes in their communities. Did you even understand? These were people who have been like normal. All of you understand what I'm saying? We know that in our different communities, they will tell you tonight, 10 p.m., nobody should come out. Vigilante will be out. If you don't have anywhere to go, if you don't have anything, if there's no reason why you should be going anywhere in the middle of the night, don't go. They will stop you. Have you forgotten that? That was the idea. That was ESN. And the moment they were birthed, that is why those who are ESN members, they were known. They were people who will go into the forest. They will go and patrol. So if they sense any strange movements, they will alert other people. So if they need any reinforcement, so it's easier, one community to another, they will bring themselves together. They will now mobilize. They will go after those strange movements. If they are Fulanis and their cows and their guns, they will chase them out. That was their job. That is one thing there acknowledged by Mbaka. That's why I said that a bad clock will always be right twice a day. Do you know what that means, You know, when your wall clock that stopped working, let's say your wall clock stopped working at 1 o'clock. The long hand on 12, the short hand on 1 o'clock. That's 1 o'clock, Abi. Then it stopped working. 2 o'clock is still 1 o'clock. Do you know that 1 o'clock, it will be 1 o'clock in the afternoon sometimes. It will be 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. in the morning sometimes. So which means if you look up and it says 1 a.m. and you check your time and it is 1 a.m., even though it's a bad clock, it will always be right at least twice a day. That is why Mbaka mentioned it. All our youths that help us to sweep the farm. And for the first time, our people are able to go to farm. This is the best year. So they were suffering in silence. When Nnamdi Kanu was screaming, shouting, hey, and that, many of you didn't understand. People were suffering. They couldn't go to their farms anymore. People who our mothers and our fathers, who made their money, their little tokens from what they grow, and that's what they feed on, right? From this little money, they send their own children to school. Their children are graduates. Majority of them, they have no jobs now, right? So their source of income mostly is now what they do or what they get from their farms and their businesses like that. Now this came under attack since 2015. People are being killed like that. If they try to stop any Fulani terrorists grazing on their farms, they will just kill them. They will bush out them and all of that. They will warn them if anybody try anything. And this was ongoing. It wasn't reported. And whenever it was reported, they say others farmers clash. How could you say others and farmers clashed when the farmers was on his farm or on a farm? And then somebody with cows and gun encroached on that farm, invaded that farm, and the farmer said, no, you are destroying my crop. Leave my farm. Don't destroy my crop. And they kill him. And you turn around and say farmer and others clashes. How does that make any sense? That was murder. So people were suffering in silence. Nnamdi Kanu was screaming. Many of you who are even Biafrans yourself, who have never been to Biafra land for so long, you felt like Nnamdi Kanu is too vile. Nnamdi Kanu is too raw. Nnamdi Kanu is this and that. Some of you even said this Nnamdi Kanu don't they mad. But your people were suffering in silence. They were there. Nobody was listening to them. Until the idea of let us protect ourselves. It brought the idea and they loved it and they launched it. Rather than them to get supported, they became targets. Because there are people known in communities. They are known. They go in there, they come back to their families. They are not committing any crime. Then in the city, politicians are giving powerful guns to cultists, to political criminals. And they are giving them a uniform to go out there and commit crime that nobody will arrest them for. And then they blame the ESN for it. See how they twist it. See how they change the narrative. See how difficult it is for so many of you to even believe this truth. See how difficult it is for you to believe it. Because they've done number on you. Even when they've given you no single tangible evidence. They are killing people. They are hiding it. Now, they are killing so much that they cannot hide the number. That's why they said the reason why they are killing them is because they support the ESN. How could the ESN be enemy? The people who are helping, they didn't say Nigerian military help them chase Fulani terrorists. Oh. They didn't say Nigerian police. Oh. They said ESN helped them to return back to farm. How could you hate such people? How could they make you hate them because you didn't understand them? How could they get away with that? And how could they make you underplay every soul, every life killed by these criminals? How did they get away with that, Ma? How? It's a big question. And as I'm talking to you today, you are watching me in your bedroom. You are watching me in your car. You are watching me currently in your office. You are watching me in your different comfort zones. The people of Orlu, the people of Ozu. You know what it is like there? I'll share that with you. This is what it feels like to be in Ozu, to be in Imo State, to be in any part of Imo State right now. This is what it looks like.
Oh God. Oh God. Hey. What be
So if you are a mother, if you are a parent, if you are a human being, do you really think they deserve what happened to them? And do you also believe that nobody should be held responsible for that action? Would you believe that nobody should be held responsible for that? That's how they kill and kill. Today, they've killed as many as possible. And in Nigeria of today, like Oke Bakassi described, it is a sad tale. Listen to this.
Will they get job? The answer is no. Imagine if you summon all the lawyers we have in Nigeria, will we select the Attorney General that we have now?
Come on. With all the sons we have.
These are the questions. We have compromised standard and we are paying with our safety. And we are going to clap for them until 2023. Just because people are come from a certain place and they should play with our safety. That is what is happening. What they are telling you is that they can come anywhere and take anywhere. But the point is that let them be fast.
They should take everywhere.
Oh yeah, let them take it now. Between now and 2023. Because their backers will leave by then. No, if they better hurry up. They better hurry up. If they want to take the whole of Kaduna and not, let them take now. Before 2023.
So it will not stop there. Because they will come further down.
Bro, listen, let me tell you. No crime happens without cover at the top. And the people covering them will leave by 2023, whether they like it or not. Because the people of this country were fed up. We cannot have these people continue beyond 2023. Because if they want to burn down the place, there will be people who will be willing to do it with them. You understand? So let whatever they want to take, if they want to take half now, if they want to come and occupy a barrack, let them be occupying it now. Because those people who are giving them cover will leave. Look, there are certain people who will not touch the corridors of power. If those of us who are sane have our way.
Of course.
We are taking note of them now. Their silence, the role they are playing, even if some of them are from the south, the co-conspirators, we are taking note of them.
We are watching.
We are watching them. Are they going to run for offices? Are we going to keep quiet? There will come a time when they will come cap in hand begging for votes. We will speak.
As long as they don't need.
They will remind them of their
Oh, we will speak.
and what they have done.
We will speak.
Which is what we said earlier.
All these things is there's a grand conspiracy, be it of silence or accomplice or whatever, but people know what they are doing with our collective national security. Look at, never in the history of this country has our psyche been this damaged, this compromised. Because what we are telling the sub-region is that militiamen from Togo can come and take part of Lagos.
100%. We don't even see the bigger picture.
Because if the ragtag bandits, as you call them, can come and...
It was a long conversation. And indeed, there are people who have realized that Nigeria is gone. And one lovely thing I also know is that even when people are not really talking, many of you, you know that it is because your government is backing the terrorists. And your government is jailing and killing activists. Many of you can't say it publicly. But there are many of you who are waiting that may them do waiting they won't do now. When the people giving them the backing are no longer there, I don't know, then you will see waiting go happen. So last, when is Nigeria not going to explode? Last. A country that jail activists and reward terrorists is a Taliban country. Some of you are just not in the know yet. And as it is, we believe that Buhari is doing a great job. He's making everybody see the reality, the picture clearer. Some people are bidding their time. They are waiting for a time that they will get the final signal. But I am actually imploring all of you, my friends. I am asking you to know the reason why we have this MaiyegunsDiary Politico. It is to digitally keep the record of all the crimes that these criminals are committing. Now that they feel like they are untouchable, invincible, they have all the money, they control it all. I want you to please, even when you have a Stockholm syndrome that affects you from remembering, on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, we will keep it in the diary. Just like this one. Amechi, the man, or let's go to that of Amechi. The man that want to be president. The man that decided to link Nigeria to Niger Republic while millions of Nigerians continually fall into poverty. He said he wants to be president. And then something happened. He visited another thief who is now their party chairman. Baba, I came here to see you. Good morning, sir. Okay, sorry. Baba, I came here to see you. Good morning, sir. I want to be president. But they say if you look at when they now sat, at the back of this, all these chairs, they said those bags, waiting there inside them. And immediately Amechi left. I was leaving. He said, Baba, you see, look at your left. Can you spot, look at the right. They don't pay them your money. So the point here is this. Even if somebody tells you that Nigeria is going to work, I'm talking about those motivational speakers. I'm talking about those aspire to acquire, require to maguire, expire to perspire, and all those ones where they tell you that motivational speakers, listen to me. If you let anybody use motivational speaking and all the rest of that to continue to hold you down to when Nigeria will happen to you, now your fault too. It is not the fault of that person. I bet that many of you remember this guy. He is a pastor in Nigeria. Very, very prominent. he is like others, always ask you to pray for Nigeria. I mean, he even had the prophecies many times. What to be your name again? He was always telling you to pray for Nigeria because Nigeria is going to be great one day. Last, Baba don't relocate in family, go America. If Nigeria go great, make una make am great. If you no go great, make you no make am great. It's no longer his business. Now he can run his Sam Adeyemi. He's a correct guy. Oh, I like him. Oh, I actually like him. Oh, seriously, I like him. But I'm talking about those who have used, including him, oh, who have told you in the past. You see, this country is a very intelligent man, very, very intelligent guy. But all in all, everybody done the jar. If Nigeria go day, may Nigeria better. If Nigeria no go better, may Nigeria no go better. They will be praying for Nigeria from abroad. Just like many, many of you, my brothers and sisters, who are also patriotic Nigerians from abroad. You are loving Nigeria from abroad. My brother, Maiyegun, one way he came. You see, this is where I get angry, right? I'm not angry. I get kind of okay, I'm angry. Yeah. When you will see people who know the truth, they are living abroad or they left Nigeria or they are not going to Nigeria, okay? If not, some of them have never been to Nigeria for the past 10 years, 15 years. So they are abroad. So, and I don't know how it's so convenient for you to be those who love Nigeria from abroad, okay? Because it's hypocrisy, you know that. You can't stay abroad and continue to say, I love my country. And then when people talk about all the vices and the criminals who have wrecked the country, then you get triggered. My friend, that's why I said the one Wiri came. I don't know if the Wiri is watching me now. He's a Wiri. And he came. He said, stop this nonsense, Maiyegun. Because you are abroad, you think you can be talking and talking and talking and the rest of that. Why don't you come back to Nigeria? I say, Olori Bunye, Egbon, Babatunde something. I say, he's watching me. Maybe he's watching me right now. Olufonye. You day America. Because I had to go and check him. Baba, the Were day Texas. Oh. The Were day Texas. Now one old Were like that. He said, talking about Yoruba nation, talking about all this I've told you so far, it's nonsense. Why can't you just do everything to work together as a people? Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria will never break. You this Maiyegun, all this nonsense you are saying, all this you want to break Nigeria from you want to cause war. Olufoni, Olori Bushon, like somebody just said now. I'm Olori Bushon, Olori daughter. Where are that? Texas, Longbe. Texas. Where are in Texas? Ti not in 24/7. Ti omitin run 24/7. Ti ọ̀nà ti wà okay 24/7. Ti security ti wà 24/7. Ti wèrè gan mi ò rò kó ń ṣiṣẹ́. Olórí bú ẹ bóyá òun wò mí ń sìn yẹn mo lè máa wò mí o. Olórí bú ẹ wà ní Texas. Ó ń ṣe big man. Olórí ẹbí. You are doing big man from America. The wèrè is in America. And he's comfortable there. I love my country from Texas. You see, we all need to come together, stop all these things. We should all come together and make Nigeria better. All these leaders, let us vote them out. Honestly, I mean, for real. Oh, well, America, you are in America, where you have everything sorted for you. And you are loving Nigeria from America. Like, question ni omi ti sọ pé olórí burúkú ni ẹ o. Mo sọ pé ṣó kì í ṣe olórí ibú tó ń love Nigeria from America, tó ń love Nigeria from London, where you know that if anything happened to you or any member of your family that requires solid medical attention, PIM ambulance is here to take care, to take your family member to hospital for medical attention. You are not going to go and do Bambi Allah on Facebook and start writing long story. I don't usually do this, but I want to plead with you, my friends, ladies and gentlemen. If you are reading this, please don't stroll, don't pass this without reading or sharing. My father, who worked for Nigeria Railway for 37 years, is retired. Now he has what is it they call that thing? Ipa no serious. What is it they call ipa in English? You know that thing where they be the third where one of your, you know, this ball sack, your scrotum. Being a scrotum, I always kind of ipa. My baba get no. Ipa is not. Baba get what do you call it? Kidney problem. That's a serious one. Kidney problem. Baba is going to die. Except we see 15 million because we need to take Baba to India. Person will work for Nigeria Railway for 37 years. In retirement, otidoloshi. He cannot go to hospital. And he will never have the opportunity of going to the hospital. You know it. In America, you are there in America, Canada, everywhere. Some of you, you have voters card in Nigeria. You are living in America, living in the UK, living in Canada. And you, Olori Brukus, you know why I'm using Olori Brukus for you? It's because you are living in a safe place. And you are validating the death trap. That's also where your own family member lives, in that contraption. And even with that, living in comfort zone. No, I no be Ania be the one where they day here. We say there's a code, the cosa code. I be waiting Ania stone. No, I'm talking about Ipa, correct Ipa. Sorry, I didn't read it earlier. Ipa, correct one. Is that Ania? You see, English I do. Now so Yorubas I do. Well, I'm happy to have people here we understand English better than me. But it's good, it's a good thing. You are in America, you have access to all of these things. And you are praying for people in Nigeria to have the same thing. No be mental, be that. How do you want me to address you? You are in America, you are not praying for healthcare. You are not praying for protection, police. You are not praying for job. You are not praying for education. You are not praying for the things that Nigerians are praying for. And you are sitting down in America, you call this nonsense? People are dying. And you are saying it's nonsense. Nonsense. Nigeria cannot break. We know that Nigeria only break. At least in America. But what you don't know is that something bedi, there's something called bedi. Bedi carries it, carry yansh. Bedi. The carry yansh will carry you. You will buy ticket. You go to that contraption. And the reality will set in. Say, kini mo wa se Nigeria tori Ọlọ́run. Jesus. Ọlọ́run ẹjọ́ wọ́n ti gbé kẹ́mi o. Wọ́n ti gbé kẹ́mi, wọ́n ti gbé ìyàwó mi o. Kí la wá ṣe Nigeria torí Ọlọ́run. What did you come to do in Nigeria? They have taken my wife. Hey, they've taken my, they told us that reality. That is when this drama king, as you call me, this Maiyegun doing nonsense, this my nonsense will become reality. And you begin to say, Jesus where call in America. It's only in Nigeria that they call on God to come and do what man can do. In America, if they take your wife, who are you going to call? You will call the security. Now, that reality will set in. You are telling Nigerians to be praying for things you have access to, and you call yourself patriotic. You are not patriotic. You are hypocrites. If nobody has told you that, I am telling you right now. You see everything we are talking about. There are criminals behind it. And the criminals behind them are those that are holding Nigeria together. So if we have to rely on you, of course, Nigeria will never break. Now it will remain the same forever. But reality will push you. As usual, it will push you. You will come back and say, can you Nigeria alone? What thing I go do for Nigeria? Hey, if they release my wife, I will never come back to this country. You see? So why are you living in denial? We don't tower quality, we don't bolu waduro, we don't accept say anywhere we belle face now front. Do you understand? Anywhere we belle face now front. And we want to decide where our belly go face. We don't want anybody, they use remote control. They direct us to the slaughterhouse. Nigeria is a slaughterhouse. agreeing with what it is right now is like agreeing to being led into the slaughterhouse. That's a choice that you should think twice before you continue to agree to it. That you are living in America, living anywhere in the part of the world, does not spare you. No, you're not safe. You are not safe. You are not spared. What Nigeria is becoming is that the terrorism capital of the world, and they are telling you to get used to it. And people like us say, no, get used to waiting. I be willing. Get used to what? Get used to being kidnapped. So that I go just sleep one day. They go say, hey, terrorists don't kidnap 300 school children, Dogbolu. Oh boy, that is what they want you to become. But some of you prefer to live in that alternative world, which is not real. Nigeria is not real. What Nigeria wants you to believe in is not real. And in the process, they are committing heinous crimes. And I want you to know that. I want you to know that. I want you to note it too. And I want you to sing it on the mountain everywhere. Nigeria is killing our own people because they choose not to agree with the current arrangement. How is that a crime? For you to say, I don't want to agree with this jihadist arrangement. So you must never be swayed. You must never be hoodwinked. You must never be manipulated. And you must never allow them to do that to you. Because that's what they do to you all the time. Manipulation of information in order to kind of direct the narrative. And it is a very strong one. It would have been nothing if people are not dying. People are dying. And they are justifying the crime. They want you to talk about election. They want you to talk about this or that. They don't want you to talk about the crime they are committing. I want you to remember the crime they are committing. Because that is what we see them to jail. I know so many of you did that. You did this to me now, Abi. You know, Duam. Did you do this to me? Or you didn't do that? I know you did. When I mentioned the jail. They will go to jail. That's why you have to keep the record. And make you not let anybody preach forgiveness, forget and forgive. Narobrio Oyibo colonized us, brutalized us, bullied our ancestors, forced them into slavery, did so many unimaginable things to them. Oyibo can't give us Bible, can't give us Quran. They can't teach us forgiveness. Oyibo can't say, you should learn how to forgive. Jesus forgave all of us. That is why they get problem with religion. No offense, because I talk about everything. I stop everywhere where my direction take me. You get them? They dehumanized us. They now gave us religion, which many people agree that eventually they led us to God. I appreciate that, your relationship with your God. It is the same concept here, where people are committing crime because they believe they could get away with it. And this crime they are committing is called ethnic cleansing. It is targeted, and people are being slaughtered for it. Don't let anybody teach you forgiveness. Forgiveness is mine. This and that. All those quotes. Don't let anybody buy it with you. They will go to jail. Even if they are dead, their bones, they will be convicted for their crimes posthumously. You know what I mean? So that you can easily say, the people they are going to parade as your heroes, the people they are going to tell you that they did so much for your Nigeria, they are murderers. They are killers, real criminals. And you must never forget that in your memory, so that you will never continue to honor and worship criminals, murderers, genocidists, and all these bloodthirsty, cold-hearted rogues who have used Nigeria to express their bloodthirsty personalities. Don't let anybody turn around and say, let's just forgive them. God, our Lord Jesus Christ. Don't do that, oh. Don't join them and campaign for this, oh. Because they are children. Children. They must know what their fathers, their mothers, what they did, how they cut short the life and the future of those who could make the indigenous countries in Nigeria of today better than you can imagine. And that is a crime against humanity. Put it on record, put it in your diary, write something about it, go on social media, write your own article about it, and don't let their propaganda continue to sway you. And to you, my brothers and sisters in Yoruba land, do you see how I've been mixing the whole thing together, the whole pieces together? We are also right there in the shovel. We are dying, and we can't even stand to protect ourselves. You know that. Igbowo rose and said, let's defend ourselves. They put a fatwa on him. They said he must be killed. And today, they sent him to exile. They killed 2 people in his house. And they would have killed more if we haven't raised the alarm enough to at least put them off or put them on note for now until when they feel like, oh yeah, let's do it now. We have done it in Igbo land. Nobody's talk. Igbo politicians, Igbo political leaders, you are seeing your own grave destroyed by your greed, your self-centeredness and selfishness. You are collaborating in executing your own children just because of this temporary comfort or temporary gratification or temporary remuneration that they will give to you. This is your future. These people they are killing are the future that so many of you probably will want to dream of and see your own children living. When they kill them, your graves is what's being destroyed. But I bet you, even if you continue to collaborate with them, when the people will push back, they know those who will stand by them, those who stand with them, and those who supported them, those who speak out for them. And if there's any better time for all of you to stop playing politics with this whole thing and stop this bloodletting and bloodbath and all of that going on in this carnage going on in Eastern Nigeria, there's no better time to speak out now. There's no better time to stop the politics of this whole thing. There's no better time to end it than now. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Release him. Do everything you can because he's committed no crime. Release him and deal with the criminals who have targeted Biafrans, who have destroyed Biafran businesses, who have targeted the young women and children. Bring back that fire. Bring back that trust. Bring back something that is same. To put it this way, bring it back. Bring back that camaraderie, as they call it. Bring back that unity. Bring back that representative. Show that leadership. Nnamdi Kanu is being punished for a crime he didn't commit. And they are killing innocent people for this right now. If you don't speak up, when people push back, when people fight back, when their anger and rage begins to consume those who have come for their blood, their anger, their rage will consume you too. There's no better time to speak out than now. I actually wanted to take calls earlier tonight, but I won't. I will take one tomorrow or even organize people's forum tomorrow where we will continue to monitor the carnage going on in Eastern Nigeria, the people responsible, Buhari, Malamu, the government of Nigeria, the Nigerian military chiefs, the Nigerian Air Force chief, the Imo State governor, Ebonyi State governor, and put all the governors in Eastern Nigeria in this bracket as well. Everything going on in Eastern Nigeria is them. And if they don't stop it, they shouldn't think it will only consume their people, because it will consume them too. And when the whole fire start consuming them, there will be no one from this Boko Haram's team to defend or save them. We say this because it is too much. You just need to see it, to feel it. I don't think you want to experience it before you will believe it. But again, we'll continue to follow it again, and we'll continue to bring updates on that. They are not stopping. They continue the killings. And you should please pay attention, report it, escalate it, let the world know. And when you do that, don't forget, I always add the names of those responsible. I just gave you some. Do more researches, say them out, put them in your diary, because they will never go unpunished. The last request is this: release Nnamdi Kanu and stop this carnage. And start the conversation around what? Around this, the marginalization that brought about this whole thing in the first place, right? In my own opinion. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. I'm going to stop here tonight, and I'm going to see you some other time. If you probably watched with me to this point, you can take your time to still like the video, share it if you haven't, and I'm going to see you again. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáà ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe.